Mecha BREAK has launched. We've played it. Is it fun? What is the game? It's pretty much every boy's dream if they ever watch Gangnam. That's pretty much what it is. It's an online shooter. It is a competitive shooter. There is not any story here. There's a small story and a tutorial, which we'll get to in a moment. But it is an online shooter. There's 3 different modes to play. There's a 6-on-6, which is like a Overwatch light hero shooter kind of vibe. There's a 3-on-3 mode, which is just deathmatch. And then there's an extraction shooter, which is like PvPvE. But what are the mechs like? That's the main thing. We'll get to the gameplay, the way it works in a little bit. But the mechs are all over the shop. There's so many different mechs to choose from. This game is free to play. So if you want to try it and give it a whirl, it doesn't cost you a cent. There's no real need to pay to unlock mechs themselves. You get quite a few when you start out, and there's 4 others to unlock by what I could see. And within, a few hours of grinding, I was able to get 2 of them. So, you just can't get all of them at one time. But I'd say for a free-to-play game, it's pretty steady and fine for all of it. I didn't find that there was any behind a paywall or a grind wall that were ridiculous. I didn't really see too many of the other mechs that you could unlock in much of gameplay. I think most people find the mech that they like and go from there. There's mechs that suit all sort of play styles. The one way that they really try to balance a lot of these different mechs out is using energy. So you can jump, dash, or fly using energy. And different mechs have different, amounts of energy. So Stego, who's just a giant tank, puts on a shield and just like throws missiles like it's the Middle East war all over again. He's planning nuclear programs everywhere because he is just bombing the shit out of places. He doesn't have a lot of energy. He can dash and get out of trouble. But we had a player like Falcon, which is just meant to sort of fly around, be a bit of a bee or a gnat, and then just sort of zip in, do a bunch of damage, zip out. They have a lot of damage there. So, and there's a whole mess of characters in between there. There's heavy defense characters, there's heavy sniper characters, there's light sniper characters, and every ability changes as you go along. So there is a few balancing problems with the game. I will be upfront and say that. It's day 2 right now. We've played this game for, I think I've done about 11 hours of gameplay on this now. And there is a few bits of balancing problems right now, especially Stego is bullshit. That is the character I played the most. I feel like a lot of people don't know how to play him. But oh my god, he just annihilates people. Like my brother and I played a lot last night. I think we would have got over 30 games. We lost 2 or 3. That character is ridiculous. I found a lot of players didn't go him, or if they did, they just stayed way too stationary and couldn't get the job done. But there is a bit of a balancing problem in the game. So I'm hoping that will work out. And some characters aren't really that useful, especially like the healer and those sort of things. I found most teams that had a healer usually went down, at least in public games. I think you could see a healer being good if everyone knew what they were doing, but especially early doors, it wasn't really worth it. So, but they'll figure that out. A lot of shooters, day 1, day 2, there's always some sort of meta that's a bit bullshit. Then they need to patch it or nerf some things, and then it will sort itself out. So give it a week or 2. I think the game will really be a lot of fun with a little bit more balancing. The game modes themselves can be a bit fun, can be a bit hit and miss. So the 6-on-6 hero shooter, again, you pick from all these, like I said, there's so many different mechs and playstyles to choose from. You pick one of them, and then you go into a 6-on-6 objective game. This is everything from Team Deathmatch, where it's first to 8 kills, 2 rounds, Domination, or a Domination-like game mode where you just ABC, you control those. There's a game mode where you got to stop an extraction coming out, and you got to stand still to be able to do that. So that's kind of like King of the Hill. Then there's another one, which is like capture a flag in the middle, which is a key, and then take it back to your base. I think that's all of them. I don't think I've missed any of them. And that's all of those modes. One thing I'd say is outside of 1 or 2 of the maps, where there's one with water and the platforms are changing all the times and the sea levels are rising. That's a quite fun level. I only got to play it twice, but I noticed it was something different. Outside of that, a lot of levels just didn't really keep me coming back. I didn't find anything in the map design of the levels to be inspired at all. Not to say there's anything wrong with them. There's no real like spots that are bullshit in any of the games. It's all very open terrain. I didn't find any glitches or any places where people would definitely camp out at all times. I think from that design in a multiplayer game, the maps are all quite functional. It's just there's nothing in them that really like draws your eye or bring your attention to the map at all. So I'll just say like they weren't exactly inspired would probably be the way that I'd say it. There's a lot of work for a functional game that's been put in place, but just visuals, nothing really hit me. But functionality is quite good. Then there's Ace, which is a 3-on-3, just first 8 kills wins. There's no 2 rounds like it is on the 6-on-6 version. That was a lot of fun, and a lot of the maps are very different in that. There's one map which is like set like in a Tron kind of like computer universe, but there's platforms that are coming in and out, raising and lowering and doing all sorts of things. And I found the maps in that were a lot more fun, and I probably had the most fun in that 3-on-3 mode, which was counterintuitive to what I thought this game would have been. That was the game that I had an absolute blast in every single time. The maps themselves are quite tight, so even though it's first 8 kills, it doesn't take forever, because the time to kill in this game can be quite significant if you know what you're doing, as long as you're not charging in with a light character. It does take a little bit to kill characters. So it does involve a lot of teamwork and a lot of messaging, and a lot of being on comms helps a lot in this game. Then there's the extraction shooter side of it, the PvE side of things. I'm not gonna lie, I was a bit flat by this. I kind of really want a good extraction shooter on consoles. This didn't grab me. I just don't think it lends itself too well to the extraction shooter. I played a fair few hours of it now. I've got a pretty bullshit setup where I can 3-4 hit other mechs that come out, but I just found it not to be that fun. I just think like the cosmetics that you can unlock and some of the mods that you can pick up aren't that incredible. I never got that sense of like, oh no, I never got that sense of dread at all, that I was like, oh no, I'm going to lose this gear. I just didn't really care about it, which is a bit of a shame, because really the extraction shooter is only as good as 2 things: the loot and the intensity of it all, and it just wasn't really that, because the map is so massive, and it needs to be because of how far you can fly. You can go a very long time without engaging or seeing anyone. You're just completing little side missions and missing these storms that do damage to, and that's pretty much it. Then you see a group of 3, you engage, you have a fight, and then you probably extract, or you maybe rinse and repeat that for another 5 minutes. So yeah, I didn't love it. I didn't think it was that great at all. I just think this game itself didn't really lend itself to that. I think it would have done better with sort of a battle royale or something on those lines instead, where you just pick that character, where you pick your mech and just try to survive a little bit longer, or maybe a bigger battlefront, like a SWAT sort of setup, where there might be like a 16-on-16 mech fight going on, just a little bit more chaos, like a bit more of a war zone setup. I think that would have probably done a little bit better than what the game that we got in that extraction shooter side of things. It feels like, it just kind of missed the mark for me. I know some people might love it, but I just felt like there was nothing that really kept me coming back to it at all. But the competitive side on the 6v6, especially the 3-on-3, is really good. The ranking system is quite fun. I found it to be very fair. I didn't think the game was very imbalanced. Like I said, there was just 1 or 2 things that I think I would change up in the game. As for the store itself for cosmetics, it's not great. Everything's very expensive in it. I think to unlock one of the pilot characters was like 68 Australian dollars, so it must be like 40 American dollars. No one's paying that. And the way that you can design and customize your mechs, doesn't need to stay behind a paywall. There are patterns and other things that you can unlock, which wasn't too expensive, and you can kind of grind for a lot of it. Some of it's obviously exclusive stuff behind a paywall, but you can grind for a lot of it. But yeah, to set your own color scheme and pattern, for the most part, you can do that with just the mission tokens you get from playing the game, or just like completing missions or challenges that you set yourself while playing the game. Pilot, you can customize the pilot. We saw some absolute rogue ones. You can imagine that a lot of people are picking women with big attributes, let's just say. Let's call it that. Customizing their women to be that way. It's the internet. It's going to happen. I just had a pretty stock standard guy because you don't see them too much. But, the mech I made nice and colorful. I went baby blue and yellow. And I thought, I was pretty happy with the fact that you could do all that. My brother got into it as well. He sort of made his own color scheme for their mech. So I like the customization level here. I think it could be a little bit more in depth with your mechs. Like, I'm a bit disappointed that you can't sort of sub in different weapons. But in saying that, I think the balance is mostly fine. They just need to fine tune maybe 1 or 2 overpowered characters right now and bring them down, as I mentioned before. So yeah, I would have to say this game is fun, especially for free. Like, the fact that you're not paying anything. The one thing I'd be wary of is that the terms and conditions, at least at launch, was in Chinese, so no idea what I signed up to. My brother kept saying that it kept trying to access his microphone as well, even though all of that was turned off, so that was very interesting, that it kept trying to get that information. I think in the background it tries to pull some information that it shouldn't be. But yeah, I think his antivirus was detecting some stuff that the game was definitely trying to pull, which is not amazing. But on console, obviously, it's going to be a little bit safer on that side of things. Outside of that, it's a pretty good game. It's fun. It's free. I think that's the main thing here, that it doesn't cost anything. I would easily pay $40 for this game and be happy with it. Obviously, a lot of the games that we've reviewed, which is like Firebreak, Mind's Eye, those sort of things that cost $90, $50, or you need a subscription with Game Pass to be able to get them. It's nice to get a game that's just free and works straight out of the box. There's no real issues outside of maybe the one or two balancing problems. But Splitgate 2 just launched, and same thing, they had to rebalance some of the weapons and some of the characters. So it's pretty normal for a game to have these sort of problems at day one. They see what everyone does and then just react accordingly. The developer is committed to keeping this game going longevity-wise, so it'll be interesting to see what sort of players they get and what interests they have. Yeah, if you want to live out your fantasy as a mech pilot, fly all around, just killing stuff. It's not like Mech Warrior or anything where it gets really in the details, and some of these games are a bit too intense when it comes to the mech design, and it is a bit overwhelming for it. Literally anyone can jump into this game and play it. It takes a little bit to master the character. I'll just say pick a character that seems fun. You'll probably get killed by something in a game and then go, what was that? You'll get killed by it again and be like, actually, I want to be that guy. And that seemed to be the pattern for both my brother and I and everyone else that we played the game with, was they kind of got killed by a character a few times, saw how that character moved and go, actually, that's kind of my playstyle. So that's what I would recommend. Just diving in, give yourself an hour, find a character that fits you, and then play the playstyle and play within those limitations of that character. If you're a tank, then, be a tank. If you are a sniper or an assault player, then you need to play it that way. If you get out of position, you're gonna get messed up. That's the thing with all the characters. Like, if you're out of position, it's gonna hurt you a lot. But yeah, that is the whole video. If you did make it this far, hit the subscribe button, because that really does help us out. We got a lot more game reviews coming this month, because a lot of games are coming out this month. Some things I'm very keen for, which is good. Hit the like button, because then the algorithm and it shoots this to other people that might be interested in Mecha BREAK or want to know about the game itself, and comment down below. Are you keen on it? Are you happy with it? Have you played it? Is this review done anything to make you want to play it? Always curious on that. Or just, throw out some absolute crazy theory that you have on 9/11. Why not? Yeah, but that's it. I'm rambling now, so I'm going to cut this up, edit this up. My football team plays tonight, so I'll be watching that. That's going to be mostly my evening. I'm going to get something for dinner. I'm thinking about dinner now. That's what I'm mostly thinking about. After this editing, it's going to be like, what am I eating? What I'm shoving in my mouth. But you don't want to hear about that. I'm Brenton. This is Rattle and Live. I'm out of here. Bye.